Trauma, a word derived from the Greek word which means wound. But not all wounds bleed. Some echoes in silence, buried in the hearts of our children, we have locked away. Today, I stand not just to present a policy, but to demand that we finally see the wounds we have ignored. I am Abbigayle, and I'm here to propose a critical policy change: mandatory trauma-informed screening in all juvenile detention centers across New Jersey. This presentation is for educators, community leaders, policymakers, and every person who believes justice should also incorporate healing. Now, let's talk facts. 70 to 90% of youths in detention have experienced at least one traumatic event. Could be abuse, neglect, domestic violence, or sexual assault. Yet, despite these overwhelming statistics, trauma screening is not mandatory. Current New Jersey policy HS 01.01, created in 2019, do require suicide risk assessments, but trauma is overlooked. It's unfortunate. We screen for the moments a child might break, but never for the years they already did. Let's take a step back. Historically speaking, before the 2000s, mental health was nearly invisible in juvenile justice. It wasn't until tools like the MAYSI, which is the Massachusetts assessment for juveniles, emerged that we even began to identify risks like depression or anxiety. And even then, trauma was still sidelined. It wasn't until 2010 the trauma-informed screening became more than a concept. We now have tools like ACEs and trauma history profiles that are evidence-based, non-invasive, and actionable. Yet, New Jersey still doesn't require them. Why? Let's see. The gap between policy and possibility. The current model focuses on crisis intervention. If a youth is suicidal, they are assessed. If not, they're shuffled through. What I propose is different. A standardized trauma-informed screening protocol, administered intake used across all New Jersey facilities, support with proper staff training, and followed by a timely trauma-specified care like trauma-focused CBT, restorative justice, or individual treatment plans. Why this change matters. When trauma is seen and treated, mental health outcomes improve, recidivism drops by up to 40%, the cycle of incarceration breaks. Let me be clear. This isn't just a reform, it's a rescue mission. Without this change, youth continue to be mislabeled, misdiagnosed, and mistreated. To every leader, lawmaker, and advocate in this room, let's shift from the question, what is wrong with you, to what happened to you. Let's advocate for state legislation mandating trauma screening, uniform adoption of tools like ACEs and THP, funding for trauma-trained staff, and therapeutic care. Let's be frank. Justice without healing is just another form of harm. Trauma is a silent epidemic in our juvenile justice system. It festers beneath the surface, and every anger outburst, every broken rule, every tear behind those eyes. But if we see it, if we treat it, we can save not only one child, but an entire generation. Let this New Jersey be the model. Let us lead not just with laws, but with unity.